Hi guys, my name is Alyssa and welcome back to my channel. And I'm kind of feeling like I should have done this video a long time ago, but whatever, today is a better day than any because it's today. A lot of people ask me this on Twitter, and my husband was asking me about this too. He's like, what sign do you think Christian Grey is? I read the book 50 Shades of Grey like 2 years ago. I don't remember. I can't really tell you what I thought about the book because I just thought about it. It was just like, okay, I get it. It's a book. Obviously, you can't say it's the most well-written book, but is it intriguing? Yeah. What do I think about all the sex parts? Sometimes I skipped over them because the story was more interesting to me. I know, right? You know, it's an intriguing thing to be like a super insecure girl and meet a super insecure guy, but he's like so successful, and then he wants to bang you in inappropriate ways, and you're like, what? Okay. Sure, but I'm scared because I'm a virgin. Oh, but I'm gonna give great blowjobs. I had an orgasm the first time I ever had sex because he was so amazing and I was just so willing to let myself go even though I was so scared. So that's the story in a nutshell. And people are always like, okay, Christian Grey is an obvious Scorpio. I don't know what E.L. James, if she's into astrology, what she had in mind. But I don't think that Christian Grey is a Scorpio. But I think Christian Grey is a Sagittarius. Because Scorpio, they like to be dominant, but they also, I don't know, they don't want anyone signing a consent form, that's not a Scorpio's thing. But I do believe Christian Grey has a Venus in Scorpio. So he's a Sag with a Venus in Scorpio. And this would also make him very driven as a Sag. Scorpios can get kind of lazy, but Sagittariuses are driven. They have big plans, and, he could be a billionaire. Maybe not when he's 27. Is that how old he is? I don't know. That's almost ridiculous. But whatever. Whatever works for him and his life and his fictional story and his helicopters and his sexiness. So he has Venus in Scorpio, which means that he would want to be with one person forever. That's kind of Venus and Scorpio thing. But I believe it's square Mars. And I believe his Mars is in Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is the kinkiest, weirdest sign because it's the rebellious sign. And if you have your Mars there, which is the planet of sex, you're into weird shit. And that's okay. So your Mars is weird shit Aquarian, and it also doesn't get too deeply involved in the relationships. So that's why it's a square. So you have this Mars in Aquarius, square this Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio wants long-lasting relationship, and Mars in Aquarius is like, well, I just want to have weird sex. And when it's squaring each other, it's in this fight, so then it makes you kind of addicted to sex. A lot of people with their Mars square Venus in any signs feel like it's a tick and they have to have sex all the time because they're not getting fully fulfilled. If their Mars is having to connect with somebody, then their Mars is not being fulfilled. And if their Venus, or in this case, because Venus is in Scorpio in my head, Venus is not connecting with somebody, then his Venus is not being fulfilled. And so it looks like, Christian Grey spent a lot of time over in his Aquarius Mars-ness, and he was never satisfying his Venus until he met Anastasia and then fell in love, and then that whole sexual part got really weird in his head because there's that square acting. There's an insecurity about Sagittarius that if they don't succeed in every aspect of life, they feel, like they did something wrong, and you can't be good at everything, but in a Sag's mind, that's their goal. And so if Christian Grey doesn't have love, he doesn't have it all, and he would be super insecure. Having a Venus in Scorpio would make that extra hard for him because he really wants to be in love. Now, I don't really know what Anastasia Steele's sign is. I feel like she's a Virgo because she just is so Virgo-y. She's like, I don't care about stuff like this. I'm like a Virgo. So she's a Virgo. She could have a Virgo Venus too, which would totally sextile Christian Grey's Venus. And then they have this cute little sextile going on. As far as her Mars goes, I almost also think her Mars could be in Scorpio. Just waiting under there, I'm a virgin. And then, coming out later. I haven't really actually given her much thought at all because, honestly, she kind of bugs me. I know, but just the way Bella Swan from Twilight bugs people. I mean, she's essentially the same character, and she's just so derpy. I think Anastasia probably has a Cancer ascendant. She's like a Virgo with a Cancer ascendant. And then Christian Grey, if he's a Sagittarius, and he's really handsome, which Sagittarius can be really handsome. See, I haven't thought about his ascendant. It's a hard one to come up with. What do you think his ascendant is? I gave you the majority of the other things that you probably wanted to know. And the moon signs. Yeah, Christian Grey has his moon in Scorpio. Yeah, probably conjunct his Venus, all square Mars. That makes logical sense in my head, so that's where it's going to be. And what's Anastasia's moon sign and what is Christian Grey's ascendant? You let me know. See how that works. And yeah, I'll see you in my continuation of my series on the houses with the 6th house coming up later. Okay, bye.